Hello and welcome back to AC's 8-Bit Zone. This is Tandy, and I just showed my collection of TRS-80s just 3 or 4 days ago in my last video. I'll go ahead and link that here. If you'd like to see that, go ahead and check out that link and come on back. But today, what I thought I would do is get my Coco 3 connected to an external monitor. As I was going through the collection, I was finding certain cables, and I started remembering where I was many years ago. It was probably 15 years ago. I remember trying to get a connection to this external monitor, and I also thought it was a CM80 or a CM8. Well, it turns out it's a Magnavox, I think it's an 8CM515, so I was sort of correct there. But I would like to get that monitor working with one of the Coco 3s. So let's go ahead and get started with it. But while I was going through the collection, I was finding certain cables, and it was triggering memories of more than 15 years ago when I last had my Color Computer 3 out. And it was not my original computer, but it was one that I purchased probably in the late 90s. So back at that time, I tried to get an external monitor connection and to improve the video quality over the TV set that I was using at the time. So today I'm going to attempt to get some kind of external monitor connection that's better than the old TV set with the RF modulator. So come on over here to the bench and let me show you what I have. I found this cable in my diskette box, and I noticed that it had a connector on the end that looked a lot like what's found on the back of the Coco 3. So let's take a look at the Coco 3. Most of the ports on the back of the Coco 3 were similar and unchanged from the Coco 2. The reset switch, the cassette, serial I/O, and the joystick ports, and the power switch. However, the new addition is the pair of audio and video connectors. This is a composite video output. And possibly better yet, or as another option anyway, there is this RGB connection on the bottom with a little wiring channel and an area here to hide part of the cabling, and the cable would come out of the back. So it looks like what I was dabbling with was making this test connection from the back of the case and out to various pins. There was a DB9 here, and then like an adapter to probably a DB25. And my guess is that this is what I was using to try to connect to this Magnavox 80. Okay, let's take a look at the back of the monitor. Okay, we have a Magnavox Monitor 80. I need to go handheld with the camera to show you this part. So there's the usual brightness, contrast, colors, sharpness, volume. There is an RGB composite selector switch, and there's some sort of a green adjustment, I assume for the RGB setting when in RGB mode. Now let's have a look at the back. It's a Philips Magnavox model 8CM515. And here are the ports that are available. There's the composite video in, audio in, and a couple of RGB options. However, there is no DB9 or DB25 or anything like that, unless I'm missing it. So that must not be the right cable. Hang on. Okay, that first cable must have been something else. So the first end was correct. It connected to the RGB output on the back of the Coco. However, it ended in this 9-pin male, and I had an adapter that went to a DB25. So that was not correct. However, I found another box. So there is a cable that I was working on, and I sort of remember this. It's the 10-pin connector for the Coco on one end, and on the other it's a 6-pin DIN. And that matches up with one of the ports on the back of the monitor, one of the RGB inputs. So I'm thinking this cable was, it's like, you know, it wasn't very complete. I was making some connections, and I sort of remember having some success with this cable, but I wasn't totally happy with it. I can't remember why. So let's check this out, see if we can get either the computer or the monitor or anything to power up, and see what we have. I also found this RCA cable for audio and video. And actually that might be another way to try. We can try the composite, we can try the RGB. So let's power up this Coco 3. Well, first, let's connect video on the white connector and audio on the black connector. Okay, so on the back of the Coco 3 we have this. We have audio and video RCA connections. And I'm going to go ahead and remove this RGB cable for the moment, because we know that's wrong. Where can we see that? Okay, there. And bring in the monitor. And let's make connections on the back of the monitor. What did I say? I said white is the video. Okay, so composite video there and audio there. Okay. And now we cross our fingers and hope that anything powers on, or everything powers on. Okay, the LED's on. Okay, we're in composite mode. And cross your fingers. Here we go. Whoa, okay. Well, this is, at least we're getting something. We're getting power on the Coco 3, but obviously the display is all messed up. Let's try that again. Oh, more random garbage. And now there's a flickering in the border. The first image was messed up also, but it wasn't flickering. Oh, okay, a solid color, no flicker. I don't know if the color's coming through correctly on camera, but this is sort of a dark magenta, or I don't know if you'd call that fuchsia. Let's try the reset switch. Oh look, Ah. Okay, so we could just cycle through all the various random garbage. Okay, well at least it powered on, but something's definitely wrong. Let's try another Coco 3. Make some power, connect the power, white on video, black on audio. Okay, come on, Tandy. Yes! Okay, the beautiful green screen with the flashing colored cursor. Well, the image is stable. It looks pretty good. It looks definitely a lot better. It definitely looks a lot better than the old TV set. Extended Color Basic 2.0. Let me check this keyboard. Shift key works. Great. Awesome. Okay, so we have composite video. Let's go ahead and try for RGB output. But before we try RGB, let's try connecting a game. This is Cyrus Chess. Uh-oh. Cartridge port not working. Oh, okay. Reset brought it to life. Error. Oh, look at that. Okay, let's try reset again. Another error. I don't know what that means. Try power. Okay, not sure about that yet. Let's try a different cartridge. This is a different Cyrus cartridge. Same error. Okay, this may be a bit of a detour, but I was about to say let's check this on a Coco 2 just to see if the cartridge works correctly. However, I don't have a TV set nearby for trying out the Coco 2. So I'll put this aside for the moment and let's just go back to trying out the RGB connector. Notice that one of the pins is missing, so this connector is keyed, and in this one end that I had made, I assume I made this by hand, one of the socket pins has been blocked with a piece of wire, so I probably put that there as the key. Actually, so let's ohm this cable out, see what it's supposed to, how it's supposed to be connected, see if this even matches remotely what we need. By the way, to any new subscriber, thank you so much, and thank you so much for subscribing and any views that I've been getting lately. It's been really great during Septandy to see all the new names and to just get more activity on this new channel. So thanks again to everyone out there who has already subscribed. or watched one of my videos. Okay, I found a couple of references for pinouts. So looking down on the board, pin 1 would be on the bottom right. Let's own this cable out. So I need to do mirror image on the connector relative to the drawing that's viewing from the Coco bottom. So pins 1 and 2 would be on the right. These should be ground on this end and ground on the DIN 6 is pin 3. That's here. Okay, something's not connected there. Googling for the RGB pinout, I found this diagram on the web, and I've proven to myself, at least for now, that this diagram is wrong. It looks like it's the mirror image. So the diagram says viewed from the Coco bottom with the missing pin 6 down, then the grounds should be 1 and 2 on the left. So there is pin 6 toward the bottom, and that would make the ground pins the two on the left according to this internet diagram. However, that's clearly wrong. I can see the board trace is actually connecting the pins on the right. I can see the board trace down there. It's the ground trace coming in, and that's pin 1 and 2 on the right. And let's ohm that out just to make sure. If pins 1 and 2 are both ground, they should be shorted together, and pins 9 and 10 would not be. So let's double check that. And there we go. Those two are shorted. So those are the ground pins, and that would make the pins over here on the left, 9 and 10, they should not be shorted. They're not. Let me double check my meter. Okay, the meter's working. But yeah, that's pins 9 and 10. So this picture that you'll find on the internet is just wrong. So this is probably the mirror image. There's also this photo of the actual PCB. So this is showing pins 1 and 2 on the right. So with pins 1 and 2 are the ones nearest to the board edge. Okay. Flipping left and right on the cable, pins 1 and 2 are going to be on the left. So if this is pin 6, we have 6, 4, and 2. So pin 1 is in the corner. Pin 1 should connect to ground on the DIN. That's pin 3. Okay, that's good. Pin 2 should also connect to ground. Good. Pin 3 should be the red signal, and that's going to be 4 on the DIN. There. No connection. Oh. Okay, 4 on the DIN. I have to flip the picture for the DIN side also, obviously. So pin 4 is over here. Okay. and pin 4 on the RGB out, which is green, and green is on pin 1, which is the bottom right. Green should be pin 1, which is over here. Nothing. Is it on the wrong pin? None of these pins seem to be connected to green, which should be here. Yeah, something's wrong with the cable. So let's take this cable over to the bench and take it apart and see what's wrong. Okay, starting with the ribbon end, pin 1. Pin 1 is ground, and that's pin 3 on the DIN. Okay, that's good. Pin 2 should also be ground. And it is. Just make sure it's not shorted to any of the other 5 pins. And it's not. Ribbon pin 3 is red, and that's 4. Yep. No shorts and no shorts. Pin 4 on the ribbon is green, and that's 1 on the DIN. That's here. Okay, that was the one that looked like it was an open or a no connect before. Okay, so something's wrong with that connection. Let's move on. 5 on the ribbon. That's the blue signal, and that's 5 on the DIN. Yep. And it's not shorted to any others. 6 is the key, 7 on the ribbon. That's audio, so that's not going to go to the DIN side. 8 on the ribbon is horizontal sync, and that's 2 on the DIN, which is over here. Yep. And no shorts. Moving on to pin 9 on the ribbon. That's the vertical sync, and that's 6 on the DIN. Yep, that's good. And 10 is a no connect. Okay, so something's up. We're not getting a connection on the green output signal. 1, 2, 3, 4. Purple. Purple is going somewhere. Purple, it's going over to a gray in the cable. Gray does go somewhere here. Oh, no it doesn't. The gray wire was broken. Okay, so let's open this side. Looks like it's soldered together there. I've heated the soldering iron because I just knew something was wrong on one end or the other. It had to be, because we didn't have continuity. I'm just going to turn on a fan. Apologize for the noise, but it's going to pull out any soldering fumes. It actually looks like I broke a second one while taking it apart. Okay, done. I soldered the DIN barrel back together, so I'll need to check one last time that all the signals, all the connections are made. 4 is green. Green says on 1. That was the bad one. It's good now. Uh-oh, we have a short. We have a red to green short. Since the cable wasn't being very reliable and I measured a short, I just went ahead and remade the cable from scratch. The first cable was a little too thick to fit nicely in the strain relief. So this was a VGA cable that I clipped the ends off of, and it fits much nicer in the strain relief. I've double checked the continuity and this time we have all the signals connected through. So I'm going to finish putting this back together and take it back over to the Coco. Alright, there was a little bit of confusion with the resources on the web for the pinout of the Coco 3 end of the RGB output. So with that all figured out and the new cable made, I'm ready to go back and try this in the Coco 3 with the monitor. Let's see what happens. Okay, new cable. Hopefully this VGA cable still fits. Yeah, so this was a VGA cable that I modified for this RGB output, and I like the way that the cable tucks away inside this little cavity. Very clean and nicely done for TRS-80 to have left that little area there for expansions. Also, this new cable is a good 2 feet longer than the first one. I like that, so it's easy to reach the monitor and make connections. Okay, now to the back of the monitor. Okay. So, RGB, we're going to flip the switch on the front of the monitor. It's out for RGB, power on. Okay, monitor's on. I don't know which setting for this green option button, but let's power on the Coco to see what happens. All right! Check it out. We have RGB connection. Now I still have a composite cable connected in the back of the monitor. I wonder if we can switch. Yeah, so this is the white one for composite video. Let's see. So actually let me get a good zoom. I know it's not going to be, oh yeah, the interference patterns are terrible, but believe me, and most of you already know, that all of that interference is in the camera, in the recording. In real life, this monitor looks amazing. That text is so crisp. So what I wanted to see next is if I can switch back and forth between RGB and composite. Let's try it out. Sure enough, I hope that's coming through on the camera. Yes, I'm pretty sure it is. Just the clarity of these letters. I have never seen, in person, I've never seen a color computer display look this clear before. This is amazing. Oh yeah. I mean, even here in composite, think what a step above the old RF modulator that this is. So going into RGB is just 10 steps more improved. Wow. Now I wonder what this green option button does. I'm detecting a little bit brighter display of green when it's out, maybe a little bit dimmer when it's in. Oh, but look at the cursor. Oh, is that a monochrome setting? Maybe this is the monochrome green and black only. Okay, so there is RGB full color. So cool. Wow. Who knew? So I'm still in awe over the difference in the RGB output clarity, but you know, the Cyrus game was erroring out earlier, so I'm going to try another one. Here was one of my old games when I was little, Dragonfire. Let's give this a shot. Oh, look at that. Oh, nice. iMagic 1984, all rights reserved, licensed to Tandy, version 1.0.0. Well, you know what I was curious about is whether the color scheme would actually look right in RGB mode. I wasn't sure if it was depending on some of the tricks that they play with the composite video to get the artifact colors, but it looks to me like these are the original colors, and this is, well, way better than what it actually was supposed to look like now that it's in RGB. How do we start this game? Joystick? Grab a joystick. So I think that my joysticks are a little bit messed up. I don't know, let's see. Maybe we can get something. Okay, fire button. Hey, it's working. Oh, there is no sound. So let me plug up the sound, the audio cable. Oh no, I pressed reset. That's okay though. I think I heard some volume there. Oh yeah, we're playing Dragonfire. Oh. Yes, go, jump, jump. Okay. Yes. Go, 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 go. Got it. Get those artifacts. Uh-oh. Something's messed up. Okay, so there could be a problem with this, I don't know, with the RAM. There could be a problem with the compatibility of this game with the Coco 3. I'm not sure. But there's some bad graphics characters showing up on the display there. Yeah, I don't know what causes that. I may have to test this Coco 3 with some other software. Nice! Let's try Canyon Climber. Oh, black and white. Okay, I think this is what I was suspicious would happen to the artifact color. Look at this. I know this game was in color. Now we have black and white. Let's switch over to the composite mode and see if we get color back. Look at that. Okay, that's what I thought would happen. So why did that not happen on Dragonfire? There must be a couple of different ways to get the high-res color modes, and it was using one for Dragonfire and a different method for Canyon Climber. Huh. Oh, okay, I can make the little man jump. Oh, but he's not responding to the joystick. Oh, cursor keys work. What's the button for jump on the keyboard? Oh, spacebar. Oh! Game over. Press button. Okay, so it's arrow keys, spacebar. I don't remember the goal. Where do I have to go up here to this? Well, I guess I have to go up here to the blast the dynamite. How do I press the plunger in to blow up the bridges? I've forgotten how to play Canyon Climber, everyone. Oh! Okay, well, I've got to remember how to play Canyon Climber, and I'm also curious if that one game, if the problems in the graphics are indicating something's wrong with this Coco 3. So I think I need to get a diagnostic test set up and fully test the RAM and everything else that I can get diagnostics for. So that's probably going to be the next step. But for now, I'm happy just to have two brand new ways to me for getting high quality video. I have composite and RGB. And before, with my Cocos, the best I've ever had is the RF modulator. In case anyone is interested in building the RGB cable, this is my notes for how I built mine. So, and this is the correct pinout, and the reference online is in direct conflict with this diagram. It was the mirror image, but this is correct. This is looking at the case bottom. So with the Coco 3 flipped upside down, looking straight at it, this is the pinout that I followed. So with pin 1 being on the lower left, pin 1 is ground, 2 is ground, 3, 4, and 5 are RGB, 6 is the key, and that's indicated there by the X. 7 is audio, which I haven't tested. I'm getting my audio currently through the audio RCA cable. 8 and 9 are horizontal sync and vertical sync, and 10 is not connected. Then just note that looking into the end of the ribbon cable is the mirror image of that connector. So this is pin 1 on the bottom right, and I just made notes here of what colors my ribbon wires actually happen to be. Then over on the other end of the cable, this is looking into the DIN 6-pin connector, and again notice the mirror image. I think this tricks everyone up. I actually got confused 2 or 3 times as I've rebuilt the cable. And over on, let's see, this is the Magnavox pinout looking into the back of the monitor, looking into that socket. And pin 1 is green, 2 is horizontal sync, and so on, as you see here. Then when I built the cable, I made these notes so I could focus on what it looks like looking into the solder end of the DIN 6. So again, that's another mirror image. So this kept me straight. And I hope this helps someone out there who also wants to build this cable. So I guess the moral of this story is never give up. I started that RGB cable 15 or 20 years ago, and I finished it today. So I knew that if I could get that cable working, that the RGB output would look a good bit better. I just don't think I was prepared for how much better it actually looks. So I'm really glad that I did that, but I'm probably going to do a little bit more with converting the RGB to newer monitors. I know there's some solutions out there to go to HDMI or VGA. I'm not sure how commercial they are, or if you can actually go purchase them right now. But I'd be interested to hear what you're using and what are some of the better choices for going to some of the more modern displays. But for now, that's all, and I hope you enjoyed that and learned something from it. I definitely learned a lot, and let me know your feedback, and definitely subscribe for me, click on the bell, and there's lots more coming for the month of September. All right, until next time, see you later.